Before we get into this, hey, don't forget we got our collab podcast coming up with Iggy, Loudmouth Podcast. Once again, we're giving you that music tip again. We're going to do the mid-year look back. Going to give you the top 5 albums with our top 5 songs. Y'all know how it go if you checked it out before. If you haven't checked it out before, make sure you go to that YouTube link. Make sure you listen at that audio and give us a listen. Tell us what you think. Give us some tips. If you want to give us some tips beforehand, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna put them out there. Prayers, ladies, yeah. I mean, if you hip hop heads, come on, join in. But we definitely gonna throw them R&B joints on there too. And we have a few, and I know I have a few out of left field for people that I personally enjoy. It's only what we like. It isn't about the masses. We're not trying to satisfy that. Yeah. We just trying to have good conversation about hip hop and R&B that we love. So, I mean, I'm excited about it, man. Last Saturday in June, we still coming up with a time. So we'll let you know on that if you listen to more of our podcasts. But we definitely going to put it on our socials and everything so you guys are ready. Prayer said it's going to be a live event.
Yep.
Still gonna do a live event, so we're gonna try to pull that off. And
so if you want to hear us unedited, come on and watch live. Everybody.
Oh, it's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long one.
Everybody after that, I'm telling you, catching the edited version, I'm gonna sound perfect. But if you want to catch me slipping up or anything like that, you better come live.
Catch us on the live. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we will be repurposing it and throwing that out on our social media for that entire month as much as we can to get you to go back and listen to the YouTube for the pod. So, man, yo, I can't wait, man. You ready to get into this pod, man?
Yeah. What are we calling this series again?
Only the Classics.
Only the Classics. We back at it. So for this one, what are we visiting?
Oh, man, it's a guy, man. He from the Windy City.
The Windy City. So I think this one is the 2006 Lyricist of the Year BET Hip Hop Awards.
Grammy nominated.
Produced by, I think it was like Epic, Ye and Dilla.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Two of the illest to ever do it. You know what I mean?
Right. And then I think it was hitting on something that we hit on the last one too. You know, if you're gonna give something, you can't give no throwaways on the classic album, right? No throwaways.
10 joints in and out.
Yeah, I think this one was 11 tracks, under 45 minutes, easy listen, no room for throwaways right here. So I'm talking about, if y'all ain't caught on yet, Coming, B.
Man, where did this one take you back to, man? Like I'm as I was listening to it, I was just reliving 2005 or 2006?
It was 2006.
Yeah, so I'm just reliving where I was at in 2006. So, of course, I was in Illinois, stationed at Scott Air Force Base at the time, man. And this came out at a much needed time because I was a huge Common fan prior to it, but you couldn't go tell everybody that in regards to Electric Circus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when Electric Circus dropped and he had the joint with Mary on there and, you know, and Common addresses it in the album, but I didn't know what was next for Common at that time.
Yeah,
you know, and that's just me. Where did that take you back?
Well, yeah, it took me back to that same time frame, but it was just like I was just trying to remember what was going on. I remember Wayne was coming up, dropping the mixtape after this point, doing the freestyle, coming up with, hey, I don't write nothing down. That was the big thing. So everybody was trying to do the freestyles, not writing stuff down, and the music was kind of getting watered down because everybody's not Wayne.
The South was beginning to run things. So as far as just hip hop and soulful beats, that Kanye ushered that back in with College Dropout and you know, and Late Registration and stuff like that. But in the midst of that was B.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it was just so welcome because, of course, us being lyricists and loving lyricists, you just wanted something to champion.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is that shit.
And you felt like he was overdue for something like this too, just the same way as we're talking about the Scarface, you know, like, hey, he been putting in work. I recognize him, other people recognize him, but like he didn't have that crossover appeal that most people wanted. And this right here with Ye on the beats coming up and everything, and everybody was getting back into those soulful beats, this was like an elevation of just that College Dropout.
And their relationship, the elevation of their relationship, because they've known each other for years through No ID, through Jay Dilla, and through Kanye just, you know, shouting it from the rafters with whoever would listen, like, yo, I'm that dude and I'm going to be whatever I'm going to be, you know, just name it. Like countless stories that you heard about Kanye feeling like he was that guy from the very beginning and nobody could tell him any different. So this was kind of like a match made in heaven. And I'm glad that it happened because, as we get into the different songs, it's just like the cohesiveness of one rapper, one producer, organizing everything. Not saying that one producer's doing all the producing, but he is honchoing everything that's happening in that studio. And it's a beautiful thing to see when the artist is, number one, able to be produced.
Yeah. And I think where you're getting at is just like where you're talking about, like, you matching up an artist with that perfect marriage with the perfect producer. And when you can get those matches together, I think right now you got RTJ.
Yeah.
Killer Mike LP, like, just that production just goes with their style, and just kills it. It just makes it that much. You feel it that much more. And I think this is what Common needed. Like, this was that perfect marriage of beats. Like, he ain't had to go get all the selections up in there. It was just Jay and Ye and Dilla. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so speaking of that, man, it's a lot of different collaborations that just work every single time. Like, every time Game and Dre make something, it's beautiful. Every time, I would even say Game and Just Blaze, or Just Blaze and Jay-Z, or Kanye and Jay-Z. It's just certain guys that just have that thing that whenever they get together, it's just beautiful music. Gangsta Gibbs and Madlib, Pinata and what's the latest one?
Bandana.
Bandana. Check those out. Like, those are just a few artists and albums that you should go back and listen to, and definitely see the synergy between the two, because it's uncanny what they do in the studio, man. And there's something to be said for that. Like, more people should do it, and they are doing it. You got the Currencies, even though I know you don't like Currency.
On occasions.
But yeah, man. But yo, let's get into it, man. Let's start it off. What we got?
We're gonna revisit this for people who actually like lived through it, went through it with us, or experienced this album. Hey, you about to go down this ride with it. For those who haven't heard of this, hey, we're gonna tell you why you should definitely go back and check out this album and add it to your list, and why it's definitely should in that classic category.
Yeah, for sure. So with the intro, man, like, just, going back to your 2006 head, or just as you listening to it over and preparing for the pod, like, what did you feel about it?
Man, so you know how I always say the intro has to set the tone.
Yes, sir.
It gets me in that mood. It gets me it gets me in that same headspace as the artist, and make me, getting that vibe, that feel for it. It gotta start off that way. You can't come in half stepping on the intro. Like, it just pulls me away, and I don't want to be pulled away from the beginning. That first impression, people, we talk about it all the time, and this one had a perfect one. It's
just the build up. It was just super simple, and then he came in there with that Malcolm Coltrane, my man. Yusef, like, once he started talking that talk, you knew what this album was about to be. And your first few words, artists, can be everything that you need to say on an album. Them first few words or on a song, that's everything you need to say to make that statement to get most people attention. So yeah, the intro was fire. I have nothing. It just set the tone, man. It made me feel good. Like, I can't wait.
It's iconic because I mean, every time I'm like, when I see Coming Picture like pop up on like any album, that's what pops in my head every time.
Exactly.
Every time.
And
like,
then,
it makes me get in that zone.
I don't know if you do this, but when the intro's fire, I don't go to the very next song.
Oh no.
I'm right back. I'm right back to the, even if it's my first time, I'm not letting it rock through. My first time listening, if the intro's fire, we running that right back.
Yeah.
We running that right back so I can absorb it. All right, now we can go to trap shit.
Drop bombs.
Yeah, I'm dropping my own bombs, and I'm going right back to it. So this was definitely a rewind-worthy intro, and it should be up there in those intros. I just came up with an idea, Prez.
What you gonna do?
Intro, the best intros pod.
Oh man, yeah, I got a couple in my head right now. But we'll say
maybe we do that down the line.
Yeah, we'll say that. I got a couple though, and I know who's gonna. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, down the line.
All right, that takes us to our next song, "The Corner."
I wish I can get this feeling. I wish I can get this feeling. Man, this is just like one of them joints to where it's like, yo, they're not even trying to attack the commercial lane at all.
No.
Because if I recall, this was the single.
Yeah.
The Corner was the single of this album, and it was just so hard and so different from what was popular at the time. You're like, oh man, these dudes is just doing it, and they're doing it the right way. It's like you can't deny it. And Kanye on the hook, man.
Yeah. And then with the poets too.
Oh, the Lost Poets.
Yeah, the Lost Poets on there. Like, man, it's just like Kanye give you that little hook, and then he'll give you the Lost Poets will give you a quick little spill on something, and then right back into a
perfect placement. Perfect way to follow up a hard intro.
Yeah, and I was in German around by that time too, so it's like that talk shit, play lotto, and drink German beers. Like that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was doing. So
for sure, man. Definitely the Corner. You know, niggas robbing, stealing, dying, knowing to make a living. I don't know the exact words, but what I'm saying is, it was just that the hook to me, and then of course Common was delivering on the hook. I mean, on the verses, is just like, what more do you want to follow up a really great intro? Is to have a really great second song, because now it's like, all right, I'm on the train.
Yeah,
and it's left the station. I'm not doing anything but listening to this album. If I'm late for work, I'm late for work. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I feel with it when I'm listening to these type of albums.
Yeah. So go on to the next one. Go. Hey, man, we was talking earlier before this. I know you described it perfectly, man. Go ahead with it.
Oh, man, I forgot what I was saying, man. But I think it was along the lines of, like, yo, he was just pimping so poetically. He's just one of them smooth-ass motherfuckers, man, that it was just so raunchy, but the delivery was smooth. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like one of them things.
Like hitting it raw in the back.
Hitting it raw in the back. Like, the whole first verse is just nothing but raunchiness, but, like, any woman that I've been around that likes hip hop or just music in general, when you play Go, they rock with it because he's verbally undressing you. Mm-hmm. He's verbally undressing you. And that's what you hope to do when you're a young dude in a club, or you just moving around, you trying to spit game. You just trying to tell her what you trying to tell her.
Yeah.
But you ain't trying to come off as, I want to do this to you. You know what I mean? Like how these cats come off now. Yeah. Like, you just got to talk to them.
Oh, so you're grasping with me a little bit. Like I see you off the Chris Brown stuff lately.
Hey, no, I mean, I like my raunchy stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like my raunchy and straight to the point because sometimes it's necessary. But, you know what I mean? I'm just saying this was like, I like this approach that he gave. And then, of course, Kanye with a very simple hook. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Hey. Freaky like a daughter of a pastor. Like,
we all know them.
Yeah. The next song.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He gave it to you a little hard on that, like you said, getting a little raunchy on it, but
then
poetically.
Then he want to dial it back. Yeah, now he want to dial it back with Faithful. You know what I mean? So at the time, man, 2006, man, I don't think I was cheating at that point as much as I used. I don't think I was cheating in 2006. My statute of limitations. But actually, I wasn't with my wife then, so this statute of limitations is up, baby.
It's up.
It's up. So yeah, moving around. Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah. But like,
very respectful.
I was a stand-up dude. Yeah. Absolutely, man. A lot of people say I ain't shit, but I think they just say that because they know I am shit.
He was just looking for the right one. He met a lot of parents during that time.
Yeah.
A lot of parents.
A lot of potentials. Potential ones. But Faithful, man, for me, like when we was listening to it before we started up here, really for me, what Faithful did was essentially was that latter part where they were, singing, and I'm not going to try to repeat it, but, it's like, I want to be. When that bridge came. When that bridge came,
okay,
I was like, man, this is definitely one of them ones to where I'm like, yo, I love this song, man. Like, because it put the feels in me in terms of what music is supposed to do. Music is supposed to make you feel. Yeah. And it made me feel something at that point. So now at this point, Perez, we 4 for 4. But don't let me steal the thunder. What did Faithful make you feel?
Oh, man, when it came on, when he flipped it, like he said, flip it, what if God was a her? And just the way he described it, just like how he'll be so close, treat it totally different, approach it totally different. but he's still gonna do him.
Oh yeah.
And what do you do at that point? You know, because you're still young in it, you're still thinking about the same thing. So hey, so you're gonna do some wrong things, but hey, just know the heart was right.
Like the wrong things, as in he took them out to eat, but they wasn't really eating. But he wasn't really eating, you know. But he wasn't really cheating.
Yeah.
You know, that line, I think that line is probably one of those classic lines, you know. I might have got a little head, but I wasn't really cheating.
Yeah.
You know, and still to this day, I believe that is, you know, not true, but most dudes feel that. It's like, come on, it was just head. It was like, it was nothing.
I mean, Clinton gave us that excuse, man. Might as well use it.
Yeah. Common gave us the excuse, so I'm going to run with it, you know, if...
So 4 songs in, Common and Ye, perfect blend. This is what I'm saying. Like, so far, man.
Yeah. And he telling stories in Faithful, too, somewhat. But then... we move on to
this is my
number 5.
song.
So Testify. Now he in full story. I'm just better than a lot of you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Like pen game is on point.
Yeah, I'm just better than y'all.
I'm gonna craft a story. I'm gonna tell you this whole story. Follow me. And it's like, I love it when they can lead you down that path. And you're like, even so, like, you know how it's gonna end, but you still rewind it like, hey, I gotta hear that again, man. He said that so just articulated and just made you visualize the story with his words. Like it's
yeah, and you definitely knew where the story was going as you were listening to it.
Yeah.
But it still had a great build up. It had a great midway point, and then he brought it home at the end. So you can't say anything wrong about Faithful as far as a storytelling. So we had the, you know how I like albums, right? I say I like the club shit, I like the girl shit, I like the deep shit, the introspective shit. I think he almost tackled that in these first 5 joints.
Yeah, man.
Or first 4, rather. So, you know, Testify, storytelling.
That's go with the intro.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So we had 5. So we got Testify, the storytelling. Faithful, a little bit of storytelling. But, you know, you got the churchy, soulful stuff. Go is the little, not club banger, but it's the joint you can play at the club if you know, early at the club.
Yeah.
And the corner was just a hard hip hop joint.
Yep.
The intro is what you need for every album. So now you done checked off all the boxes from here.
Hey,
You can't do no wrong for me.
ain't no skip so far. Like, hey, we killing it.
Not a skip. Not a skip yet.
Been some. Hey, play that again before I go to the next song. But we ain't skipping nothing.
Yeah,
next song, Love Is. Finally, a track without Ye producing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is probably one of my old lady's favorite songs on here. Was Love Is, man. But again, man, now I'm sunk in because right after Faithful, he's just kind of breaking down what love is a little bit more deeper outside of the storytelling of Faithful. So and Testify. So I'm definitely digging Love Is. It's definitely not a skip. It's in the middle of an album type song.
I was like, when
it's
you
really
got
good.
Ye producing and you come and get Dilla and it still had that same type of blend,
Same
like it fits
feel.
in that same, bro. Like, man, this album was killing on the production side, and then like, yeah, the way he came, I think the lineup now like was like seeing the hardest nigga soften when his homie is in the coffin.
Yeah. Everybody got feelings, man. It don't matter how hard you claim to be, man. When those type of things happen, it's just it humanizes you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's where he was going up in here. So come up with the next song. We got Ye back on it. Shai City.
Man, that's probably my second favorite song off of this entire album. Nope, sorry. I'm skipping. Shai City is my third favorite song off this entire album because the very next one is my second favorite.
Yo, like we was talking about the intro, like how you come in, you said the first line. First line of this one was fire, man. Like he had me off those first set of words in Shai City. What was it like? I rap with the passion of Christ. Cross me, nigga.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like he was like, all right, coming back to the corner vibe. Like, so he took us all the way through the lovey-dovey, the club stuff, and then he went right back to the corner type vibe to where, yes, I rap a lot better than a lot of you guys, and I'm just gonna spit these bars, and it's just like, man, and it felt like it's Shai City, but it's felt like something that if it was made for New York City or LA or any other Detroit, it feel like something that you can represent and poke your chest out when you're listening to it in any other state. Like, cause you know, like when you listen to like stuff like, I mean, I know you're not from Georgia, but like if you listen to Ain't No More Playing GA, all of them Georgia motherfuckers is
Still, like,
they off the still to this day.
That's
You
down
get
south, period.
yeah, exactly. That's down south, period. So like he brought together a region, state just with that song. But Shai City is one of them songs where, you know, when you listen to it, it gives you that same type of feel. So I respect Shai City, man.
Yeah. This next one, the food.
Yeah. So the first time I heard the food was on the Dave Chappelle show.
That's where they recorded
that.
it.
Yeah, I didn't. You know, so I don't know the origins of it or how it happened, but
I just remember like watching it on Dave Chappelle. Like it takes me back, like seeing it. I'm like, bro, like, cause he would have the musical guests on every once in a while, but it was always Dave's style of artist they would have on.
Yeah.
So and they was always doing stuff in unique ways. I remember Mos Def rhyming in the car, and then now Kanye and
they're in the kitchen. It was in the kitchen, right?
Just come out just hype like he was about to do a
I walked
show.
in the crib, got 2 kids and my baby mama late.
And I could just picture this vividly every time. Like it just replays in my head just seeing it. And I was so happy like when the album came out, it was still that version, that live version versus a studio version where you don't get that same feeling. Like,
Yeah, it just felt good, man. You know, and then in light of what's happening right now, what we just saw with Dave's ascension and him going away from that show and coming back, and how, I mean, it just brought you back to like Dave's block party and how Dave really embraces hip hop for real. You know what I mean? So I love you know, the food, man. That's my second favorite joint.
all right, next up we got Real People.
Yeah, man. Again, man, like it's just this is at this point most artists is giving you album filler.
Yeah.
You know, and this doesn't feel like album filler. It feels like it's purposeful. It feels like the lyrics he wrote is exactly what he wanted to say, not a word wasted. I don't know what else I could say about that one.
Yeah. Just him and Ye just continually still killing it, man. Just sound like it fit. I don't know how else to describe that one, man. Like it just fit at that little part when he was talking about the UPN and stuff on there. Like yeah. I just felt that album. Then you had They Say.
John Legend. Hook killer, man. Like this is where you like, okay, John Legend is one of those guys because he killed the hook, man. Like he brought it home for me. Sweet taste of victory. Go ahead and breathe it in like antihistamines. Like that. Now you got Ye talking about he snapping on his own beat. Then you got Common still on his b-boy stuff rapping, and then you got John Legend with the perfect hook.
Yeah.
It's a trifecta when you're talking about just beats, bars, hook, everything you need.
And I still remember that Ye line, like, don't give me beats I can't sample. Like when you talk about that part, like, yeah. Hey, you're gonna kill it every
wheels. The Menace to Society reference. So yeah, man, you caught all the little subtleties in there, man. Like I just love this album, man. Like it makes me feel good because them Chipmunk Soul samples, man. You put that on there and you do it the right way, you got me sold.
And listen, let's not get it twisted. Everybody wasn't doing it the right way.
Not the right way. No.
It was sometimes
Select few.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do the soul samples. You know what I mean?
And then the final, it was like It's Your World Part 1 and 2. So another track produced by Dilla instead of Ye.
Yeah, well, his pops was on this one too, right?
Yeah.
So that's another dope thing to where you could introduce that to many of us who, or not many of us, but just some of us who haven't had our fathers in our lives, and just to be able to introduce them into the music and where you got it from and show your appreciation. I think that was a dope incorporation, and he's done this with other albums too, as far as his dad.
His pop's been on like several.
Several albums. So I think that's good to hear because my pops was in my life, your pops was in your life, and whether they were perfect or not, they were definitely vital in your upbringing. And I think you, and this is like kind of in conjunction with the song, like It's Your World, and what its father was saying and some of the words, and I don't have them written down, but like you understand a lot more what your pops was saying now.
Yeah, and I was about to say the same thing, man. I was definitely talking about, like, going through it, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, Pop, go and hold
He
me
tripping,
down,
he tripping, yeah.
But the second you cross that line into, like, manhood and you actually doing stuff on your own, you like, man, I know it's been plenty of times I called my dad and just said, hey, man, thank you. Like, I wasn't getting it back then, but I want to tell you thank you before you're gone.
Now that I got,
I appreciate
a few
it.
kids,
I understand where you're going, where you was coming from. And this seemed like what he was doing right here. Like, hey, I need you to speak because, like, I probably didn't grasp it back then, but the stuff that you was dropping was jewels. Like, and hey, everybody ain't got their pop, so here, come here, speak the piece, and let the people hear exactly what they need to hear on this. So
yeah,
that's
definitely one of those songs. So, yo, put this in your Serato, put this in your Tidal, Apple, or whatever, and roll this back, man. You be hard pressed to tell me that you don't find a flaw in this album at all, because there's not one. There's 10 tracks. Everything is purposeful, and it's just dope shit, dope beats, dope rhymes. What more do y'all want? In the words of, little brother.
Mm-hmm. So if I want to know, if you don't like this album, can you please comment and tell me what you didn't like about it? I can't see how you would hate this album. I can't even find what anybody come back with it at.
Not a flaw. Never a flaw.
I didn't find a flaw in any of these songs. Like, I'm saying, this album's still going to get repeat immediately. Like, even when I was listening again for this, like, it's just like,
And it's a quick listen, like 30.
It's 42 minutes?
40 is, it's 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so let's try to keep this pod under 40 minutes. So, well, yo, with that said, man, check this album out. Put it, download it if you haven't never heard it, or revisit it, and, kind of just draw yourself back to 2006. But again, we're going to do the collaboration with Iggy's podcast last Saturday in June. We're going to have a time for you very soon with that. It's going to be a live event. We hope all of you guys can hop in the comments. If you even want to, bring yourself in, we'll send you the code and everything like that. And, you can pop in and say your piece if what you're watching, on live is just too much. If we speaking too much blasphemy and we forgetting something. So we want to be able to give that to you. I think we're going to give that to our patrons.
Yeah.
Because they paying for the love. So we're going to get that option for our patrons. We definitely going to plug them in. But we're going to figure that one out. You got anything else, Prez?
Nah, that's it. I'm ready for it though. Like,
I can't wait.
I'm coming on top this time. Like, Iggy ain't gonna. I'm gonna have the perfect.
Oh yeah,
like, I gotta have it for him.
I got some joints, man. I think I'm purposely gonna go against the grain. But as I listen to more music, it's just like,
you saying purposely. Like, nah, this is what he really listened at, man. Don't believe.
Hey, I'm gonna go with what I like, man. Of course, the other people gonna get the shine, but I feel like I gotta put artists out there that people may not be up on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But shoot, man, if you ain't got nothing, I ain't got nothing. I think we out this thing.
Yeah, love these right here, man. Can't wait for the next one. What's the next one?
Let us know what y'all want to hear next. We're gonna throw that up on our socials as well, as far as just whatever you want. We have a list of what we got next, of course.
We got a list of 10 that we'll put out there, and then we'll do a vote on it, see which one we're going to go through next. But if y'all don't like all 10 and y'all say we should hit something else, go ahead and tell us.
Maybe we forgot. We just put our 10 out there real quick. We busy men, but maybe there's something like, we got to get that one. Knock this joint out. So we're going to put our 10 out there after we put this pod out and let you guys pick and choose what you want to hear, and then we'll go from there.
Yep.
All right, man. Yeah, DSC out.